Hello and welcome to the live replay of Midwest OCR, their first inaugural event in Marseille, Illinois. My name is Jason Dupree, and I have with me Tyler Mosession. Tyler, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you? Excited to be here.
Yeah, doing good, man. I'm excited to be able to bring this race to everybody as part as of our second race this year in our local race showcase. The only the one of the two that we're going to be doing this year. No more in the schedule. Hopefully, to have some more next year. This race is an awesome race that's come together by a bunch of people that are kind of been in the industry for a long time in different places. So you're going to see people from Race Ready Obstacles that have put this race together. Um, some of the crew that actually worked on OCRWC's build back in 20, I think even prior to 2018. I know they did the builds in London, and they did some of the North American Championship builds. So Sid Morris from Battle OCR back in the day, Dana and Aaron from Race Ready Obstacles, like I said, and some of the crew that they typically work with. They put this race together, and these minds have come together and made some really amazing obstacles that we're going to get to see. Really excited that they put this together. It seemed like it had just a great reaction from the crowd that was there. It's mandatory obstacle completion, quite a tough race, quite a few rigs, and we're going to get to see how these people made it through. So, Tyler, I would like to hear first. You weren't there; I was there. Um, Tell me a little bit about your take on what the race was going to be like, just from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, so I didn't know much about it, but however, I know the Midwest in general has had a lot of really good, like you mentioned, kind of collaboration of race minds. There's not a lot of Spartans or Savage in that area, but they really make up for it in these kind of races. So I'm expecting some very hard rigs. Definitely expecting some fast running. So yeah, because it was like you mentioned before, so it's like kind of like a flat wooded course. So yeah, like I said, I'm just ready for some carnage and seeing who makes it through and who might prevail, whether it's someone with more running experience or more ninja experience.
Flat-ish, definitely not flat, but not a mountain,
Okay.
of course, either. And I would say, like, we're talking about this being in Illinois. And Illinois itself tends to be fairly flat. This is about an hour southwest of Chicago. So I know, like, getting out, some of the venues that Tough Mudder has had for Chicago have been about an hour west, and that was pretty darn flat. But here we definitely get a lot more hills, and they take them up and down the hills quite a few times, as much as they possibly can. A lot of river creek crossings, not river. They're not getting in waist deep water or anything. But yeah, lots of wooded, very technical trails, especially on the ascents and descents. And yeah, the rigs are just really tough. The morning here, we're going to see it's overcast. It's about 68 degrees in the morning, and it never really changed temperature wise. Stayed about the same the whole time. And so that was kind of nice because at least it wasn't the sun out and kind of blaring on everybody. So really awesome there. So let's take a look real quick at the map. We're just going to go real quick over what the obstacles are that we're going to come across. And obstacle wise, first, starting off right after the start line, we've got the 4-foot wall walls, and then a cargo net crawl, and then the flying skull rig. That's number 3. The flying skull rig is actually the video that you were seeing kind of behind the intro information just before we started the show. That was the flying skull rig. Very unique, very cool rig that we're going to see. Yeah, we'll see that later on. 6 is the jumped ahead too quick. 4 is the BW rig. 5 is a tire crossing. 6 is the inverted ladder wall. 7 is a rope traverse. 8 is a balance logs. And then we get up here to number 9, sandbag ramp wall. This is basically a sandbag carry with obstacles within it. We've seen this at some of the other races like Frontline OCR, Battle OCR, some of these other races that,
OCR,
like I said, this
OCR Worlds
crew.
had it too.
Yeah,
You know,
so some of these people that they've brought the stuff over from these other races that really worked well, awesome stuff that they've brought in, that they've been familiar with and done before. So yeah, sandbag with a ramp wall, a low crawl, and another ramp wall within that sandbag carry. And then number 12 up here, confidence climb, and then they've got a nice long trek through the woods before they get into this extra loop with 13, twist on life, and then 14, another sandbag carry, and then down into the middle section of the course where they've got stairway out of hell. This is a rig, an inverted V rig, and then number 16, Kraken. I can tell you this is one of the rigs that gets the most people. Number 17, Brute Balls. Number 18, Pac-Man rig. I love the name there. Really fitting. You'll see it. Number 19, When Pegs Fly. Another rig. Then heading on up, trek
it
through the
seems
woods
that
before you.
that middle section seems insane
Oh yeah,
as far as the
it
rigs
is.
go.
Lots of carnage there. Number 20, after the trek through the woods, is a Jerry Carry. Number 21 is another rig, 6-axis. And then probably, jumped right over it there. Number 22, probably the second hardest rig from what I saw would be the low rig. Number 23, Log Drag. 24, Glacier's Leap. This is going to be what people are familiar to as Dragon's Back. Number 25, Sid's Wall. Nice little unique take on a wall here. 26, Dropping In. 27, Cliffs of Insanity. 28, Skeletor's Revenge Rig. I love that name. 29, did I say numbers right there? 29, Trailer Crawl, and 30, Warped Wall. I'll say that that Dropping In, I believe that is just it's a very, very steep descent that they have to do before they get down into that last gauntlet.
Cool. Yeah, some of these names have me excited, especially if you're a viewer. You know, I'm kind of trying to enjoy this race in the same way that maybe some of our viewers might be who have never heard of it before and are just kind of randomly saw this on a Monday night here. So some of these, like you mentioned, you know, Skeletor's Revenge Rig, like what on earth could that be? And I'm just excited to find out.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it out there that I had some static cameras on course, and unfortunately, time constraints. We got OCRWC coming up. There's just so much going on, running around like crazy. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of those cameras into the edited version of the race here, but I am super excited that the two rabbits, myself and my son, actually, were able to capture enough for, I think, what's going to be a great show. So, would you like to say anything or share anything before we get started?
I think we're ready to see and start talking about the athletes.
Okay, let's get moving here then.
Guys out of here in about 2 more minutes.
All right, here we go. Yep. So I'll notice. I guess I'll just kind of start riffing on some of the athletes I know as a I'd say a pretty avid fan of the sport here. You got Kevin Thompson with his back turned, blue shorts, the shoulder tattoos. The two dudes around him in the pink shorts are Marquez and Nathan Green. They're twins who have been on American Ninja Warrior several times, done very well in Savage races. Let's see who else we got here on the men's side. I know
Are
you
you
mentioned
able to tell them apart?
I don't know which one's which. I could do a little research here, Jason.
Yeah, I need to ask them how the best way to tell them apart is.
Oftentimes they're wearing different things, but not this time.
Sometimes, not always. Right behind Kevin and one of the Green brothers in the black shorts is Kian O'Boyle.
Okay.
And I don't see Noah, but he's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's Bear doing the start line announcing. Very familiar name from a lot of the Spartan races.
Yep, I do see Noah, by the way, right behind one of the Green brothers. He's got his arm raised right there in the center of your screen.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, just to his left shoulder.
Yep. Yeah, even with looking at the Green brothers' Instagram, you can't really tell who's who, so
All right, they're ready to roll.
All right, here we go. So, Jason, now these are all pro runners, right?
Yes, this is the elite competitive heat
Elite
for
weight.
the 10K course. They did have a
Okay.
5K non-competitive course as well that didn't go into that middle section. There's Bobby, part of the build crew, just passing there.
Cool. All right, so looks like we got about 100 people registered for the Elite 10K. I know Kevin is super fast, so not surprised here to see him take it out, along with the Green Brothers behind him. Okay.
Yep, Kian with them as well.
Okay. And so Kian is the man with the X on his left, or on one of his thighs, right? To our left,
Correct.
right behind Kevin. Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. It's 2 walls. Okay. All right. Cool.
Kian out in front, but you're going to see guys catching up to him right here, right away. This front pack stays together pretty good for a bit.
Okay.
There's Kevin.
There's Noah.
Noah. Yep, Noah right behind him. Lots of rocky, ruddy terrain.
Yeah. Seems pretty hard packed though, so seems pretty runnable early on.
Yep, pretty dry.
All right.
Even though, here we are at the cargo net crawl. Even though it was kind of a wet weekend, it rained during the build, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But the day of was fairly dry with some drizzle in the morning.
This obstacle here is just one where you want to like get right behind. So if I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm
well, look at the guy on the left
this guy
there.
here. Yeah, he didn't even touch his back. Didn't even touch the net. He just
Path
he
of
also
least
just-
resistance.
Yeah, saved so much energy. Right now he's in 3rd.
That's right. That was a good move.
Yeah.
This is a nice ascent here. A lot of slippery rocks you gotta watch out for.
Really break up your rhythm early.
Tough place to pass somebody too if you've got the momentum.
Mm-hmm. Oftentimes here you're better off just staying kind of with somebody and maybe trying to catch your breath a little bit, waiting for a better opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is if a person in front of you slows down more than you're wanting to, and then you gotta
You
wait
lose
on
some
them.
contact. Yeah, you lose some contact on the people in front. Right.
Now at the top of the hill, some nice flat trails here. Pretty open trails. I don't think I saw a lot of single track. Because a lot of it was like these kind of side by side 4x4 trails.
All right. So really, you have room to run if you're ready to run on this section.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, as you mentioned, Jason, we'll have a pretty good run earlier, and then we'll get to the flying skull rig next. So it'll be the first upper body test for these athletes.
Here it is
Here we
right here.
Okay.
I love
for-
this first part of the rig. Look at it.
Yeah. Oh, you slide it. Oh. Okay. And then there's some 2x4s
vertical
with
poles.
some holds. Okay.
Yep.
It has some footholds. Okay.
Everybody's making pretty quick work of it though.
Yeah, those skull grips are pretty good. For sure.
Another set of walls.
This must be the BW rig. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the BW stands for, to be honest. The front runners have already made it through. I wasn't quite quick enough to catch them.
Yeah, no. It seems like one you can really ape swing if you really know what you're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
good smooth efficiency. There's Dana. She's, from Race Ready Obstacles, one of the creators of Midwest OCR. Noah in the front.
Okay. Yep. Not really much
There's Sid
surprise
on the
here.
left.
This looks. Yep. Okay. This looks like a small bender, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much the same pack that we saw, but starting to create a little separation.
Yeah, Noah is so fast. Just, I mean, he's. I believe in high school track, he's definitely a sub 5 miler. I'm quite positive there.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure if he's in high school anymore, but he made big waves in 2022, I believe. He got third in a Savage Series race at like 15 or 16 years old. So definitely a big deal for being his age.
Sid's in the comments. He said that BW stands for it's a build inside joke.
Ah, nice. Okay. So here's Noah doing a balance obstacle here. Not too much challenge there.
There was a rope traverse just before this. It's a nice little jump from the top there, though. It kind of threw a lot of people off. You can see them see it and be like, "Oh, darn!"
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I think Nathan is slightly ahead of Marquez here. I think Nathan is in the lighter pink shorts. I think the way to tell them apart is Nathan has a more defined jawline. That's the best I got. Like they're identical twins. It's that close. So yeah. I could be saying this and still be wrong. But all right, so now we got a sandbag carry. This does not look that heavy, right? I mean,
yeah, but this is the loop with the two walls and the crawl.
Oh, okay. I also really love the handles. I mean, it makes a carry just so much nicer. Oh, so he's gonna launch it over. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. I believe that style is, what is that? A Go Ruck bag? I'm not really sure who makes those.
Can you hit your opponent with it by accident?
They definitely nice. Tell people to kind of be careful and watch out when you're throwing them. Make sure there's nobody.
Yeah, right.
Because that could be pretty hurtful.
Yeah. And so you're already noticing a lot of similarities with OCRWC here, right? We already had the skulls. We already had, a wreck bag crawl, which we've seen before. And of course, Race Ready Obstacles has been a big part of OCRWC. So.
Brute force training bags. That's right.
Okay.
See, his bag didn't. It almost didn't make it over there.
Yeah, it's like hooked on the side of the rig.
Yeah, if you don't quite make it over, that could really cost you some time.
For sure.
This guy's side by side.
Yeah, it's so intense. You got to imagine a guy like Noah's probably his Achilles heel is probably a strength-based obstacle.
All right, here we got the women getting ready to go head off. Got Vivian Tran in the middle in the orange. Aliyah Emas right behind her on the right in the black tank top.
Vivian Tran is always a force to be reckoned with in the age group series for Spartan. She's always out there. I think she started at 34.
Let's go, Belinda!
Not as big of a crowd, but still pretty good.
This guy here is pretty awesome though. The MC guy. Definitely
Bear?
like his energy.
Spartan
Yeah,
Bear
yeah.
on Instagram, I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay.
This is my son with his camera right at the moment, getting out on course, doing some good work.
Nice. Good for him. Yeah. This is the hardest job. This is the hardest job of your whole production, I'd say. Is getting the people who are getting someone who can be fast enough to run with some of the top athletes
Yeah,
through
for
this
sure.
stuff, and you know, the reason why we can do this and talk about these races.
That's right. The post production, edited or even non-edited post live. Here we go with the confidence climb.
There's the two brothers right next to each other.
Pretty sure Kevin and Noah are still ahead.
And it's so interesting too that the twins are so even as far as their ability level is also. Okay, wait, so they're taking up some sort of some sort of
They grab the
sledgehammer
sledgehammer, take it under the cargo net, do the little hammering device, and
That's cool.
head on back.
Net.
Okay.
What's the next best route? Just follow here or go somewhere else?
I'm not sure after this.
I don't know the name of that one though.
Where should I go
I don't
from here?
recall seeing it
Just follow the trail or
anything
go
on the
this way?
map that makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe in the comments they'll tell us.
Oh, Kian here almost missed the obstacle entirely. You can see you can just see the fatigue on some of these guys. I don't know if they're less experienced racers, but they're definitely I mean, you just saw Kian there almost have some race brain.
They didn't tell us
That's right.
if we're going to have to do the race.
You gotta work for it, don't we?
This first little climb here is not nothing.
Yeah. There's always the sneakiest races, right? Like you could be doing like a race like Killington or Vernon or Palmerton and be prepared for mountains or be prepared to climb. But then you get a race like this and you still see climbs and you're wondering where the heck they found this terrain. Yeah, we've already got some folks struggling with the wall here, huh?
Yeah, it's also interesting the way they do them with the scaffolding and how the bottom is raised off the ground. You know, you don't have that foot placement as low as you normally would.
Sure.
Definitely makes it different.
It's so interesting how you can modify a rather simple obstacle and actually really throw a wrench in people's day.
Yeah, they really love that scaffolding building. I think build time wise and just like you said, the ability to change it up and just make things whatever you need it to be. Just saves them a lot of time, time and effort. These two guys still together, killing it.
Yeah, it's quite a battle here. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Thompson's having a monster year. He's done very well in, I think, both Savage races so far. He won the frontline OCR with the weight vest. He's generally a podium, almost locked in a Southeast local race. All right, so I'm believing the darker pink shorts to be Nathan here. Oh, big fall
This
from
is
Jason.
the third race in a row that I've fallen. So I'm gonna have to get me one of those signs that says 0 races till since last incident.
Hey guys.
This is Twist on Life. We've seen this at OCRWC.
Yeah,
Nice
they've
four.
had it at they've had it at City Challenge also. If you're familiar with that series.
Yeah, one of the great things about this crew is that they build not only for the races that they do, but other races too. Like they help with, I believe, Frontline OCR, like you're saying, City Challenge, and they also build for, like, if somebody needs a obstacle course for a school ground or just somebody's personal property. Like they do a lot of building around the country, a lot of work to help keep OCR going in this country. It's awesome.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
I'm definitely more curious. I'm definitely pretty curious on this guy's here, on his background, Kian. Definitely very curious
Well, I
because
can't speak for the
he seems
race,
to be a
but as
good
far as
athlete,
media
but a little
person, sometimes it is tricky.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing it a long time.
Here we go. Noah!
pretty nasty descent here.
No, I need a smile, bro. Hey.
Thank you.
He's made up some ground though on Kevin.
Yeah, he did.
What? Video.
Took a quick look behind him, see where he's at. Oh wow, look at the
Stairway to
efficiency here.
Heaven
Let's go, you got this.
2.0 was like this, but in A-frame style.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
So this is Stairway out of Hell because it's inverted.
Oh. Wow, he put a big
Yeah,
gap
for a
on.
second.
Oh wow, where's Kevin?
You watch them, I'm gonna go crack it.
Yeah, I don't know where he would have lost him.
Hands only.
There he is.
Here he comes.
Feet up, let's go.
There you go.
I think there was a sandbag carry in there. I don't know how, but he definitely made a big move.
Go look, nice.
Yeah.
Bad day to be tall.
Keep that
Yeah,
core
yeah.
tight going through that middle.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I love it. I love it.
Let's go, you got it.
I think the Green brother just beat it in that mud
See if
pit
he
too.
falls, slips too.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Deja vu.
All right, here goes.
All right, here is the first look at Kraken.
Okay. Jason, you mentioned earlier that this was quite a difficult rig, so I'm curious to get a better look at it. Let's see.
Yeah, Declan's gonna get down there a little closer.
Oh, Noah fell off here. Yeah.
Yep. So again, this time of morning, everything's probably still a little damp.
Nope, just your arms on that.
And if you have ever seen those Krakens at any other races, it's kind of like Twister, but instead of having handles, you've basically just got spokes coming out of the side.
Oh.
You're hanging on to them as it twists. They're basically just nunchucks all the way
No
down.
legs, no legs.
All the way down.
Oh.
It's on the rope. It's on the rope.
Dang.
So they're telling him no
That
feet on that
is-
bar.
Yeah. This is freaking challenging.
There you
He's
go.
got to really
Like
lock in those feet.
He
Nice
looks
and low.
strong through there.
Wait, can he use that?
No,
So he doesn't have to use the spokes.
Okay,
No.
they told me that I could
Okay.
Yeah,
Guys, I gotta grab the spokes.
Okay.
yeah. They're letting him know.
Uh,
Good thing Dana was there.
yeah.
Looks like he's trying to dry his hands
Okay.
off on the rope.
Yeah, Kevin.
Noah giving a little encouragement to Kevin.
Let's go, let's go.
Oh, big reach out of Kevin here. I mean, Kevin's height is huge here.
Got it.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Oh.
Kevin missed it too.
Looks like they have some sort of knobs on them, though. But I don't know if that's any help
Yep.
at all. But
Definitely
Oh,
some.
God.
Some.
yeah. Phew.
You know, I don't see anybody putting dirt in on their hands here. Like if there's, he tried for a swing, didn't quite make it. Like when things are
I think-
wet and slippery,
Let's go, let's go.
I feel like I would want
Yeah.
a little bit of grit.
Yeah, or even use the leaves that are on the ground
Get
here.
through it, get through it.
Like if you can't get them dry, I would want grit.
You got it.
Did he make it? Did he make it? Nope.
Nope.
There you go, let it rest for a sec.
Only the top 3 here still.
Alright. I'm already too far. I saw that. Yeah. It's just how I race.
I think I would go backwards on this, but
I feel prickly.
2 hands, maybe 2. Nope.
That technique where you keep your feet on the rope for as long as possible, that's really good. But the tricky part is when you finally let go of your feet, that's going to cause a lot of momentum, downward momentum. So you have to really be secure in your hands when you let go of the feet.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there not really speaking much because I'm like trying to, as an athlete myself, trying to game plan this obstacle. Like, how would I attack this? Yeah.
Yeah, and the approach is definitely going to be different, dry versus damp and wet.
It wasn't like this. It was like a little bit of.
Absolutely.
You good?
Yeah, when I stepped in the water, I scraped my knee up.
Do we see somebody else come up from behind and get through first try?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Because it's
Very well
not
could
raining
happen.
at this point. It's not drizzling. Like that's all been done.
It's gonna be a big
sun.
pull up like
There you
Kevin.
go.
Yeah. That's Kevin
Yeah.
go. Yeah, like that. Yep. That's the move. He's got his hand. I don't know if you can.
Oh,
I don't know if the
come
viewers can
You're
see
there,
me at
you're
all.
there,
but-
you're there.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. So close.
Come on.
got
Big
it.
pull.
One
Big
swing.
pull up.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
we go. Kevin, first one through.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know if the viewer Jason can see me, but it's like him having his hand like this instead of like this. There's a big difference.
Yeah. Kind of inside, outside grip instead of
Yep. And then it's
having
basically
your
a big
hand
pull
on
up
top
move.
of it instead of underneath.
Right. So as he pulls up,
Nasty.
he can absorb the drop
You could use
that comes
your
down.
legs
So
on the rope.
Just on the rope.
Yeah, just on the rope.
Here's
I'm very
Kian.
curious what Kian. Yeah, he doesn't seem like
You
he has
see
much-
Kevin
much
in the
experience
background
with
there?
OCR. Yep.
Kevin in the background is headed over to the brute balls.
Oh wow! Look at Kian. Oh shoot!
Kian
His
just
strength.
muscling
What
it
the
through it.
heck?
Momentum, good away. Good stuff.
Oh, first try.
Oh wow!
Nicely
That-
done.
Wild. Because
Big
honestly,
move.
Kian didn't look like he had the experience that these other guys had.
There you go.
Ooh.
There
Oh.
you go.
Oh nice. Yep. He's got to stay locked off. Oh
Man.
damn.
They're using that
Think-
rope,
you
but
get-
again, nobody's like using the poles or their shorts to dry off.
Yeah.
The dirt.
Hmm.
The tree,
Yeah,
maybe? I
I'm
don't know.
Right. You would think you would get creative there, yeah. And when you get 3, 5, or more attempts into an obstacle like this, it definitely just saps so much energy. You don't know how much time to
Yep.
spend. You get nervous because you know that Kevin and Kian are just building this lead on you.
Yeah. So in the background there with the brute balls, you have to take this big old brute ball bag, throw it over a pole, and then go over the pole yourself, the horizontal pole, and then you have to do that twice, and then you bring it back.
Huh.
So they're heavy,
Get over
very
it
heavy.
again.
Okay, so
Then,
we missed
get
a
the
little.
bag
We
and
skipped
then
ahead a
bring
little
it back
bit,
here. You
but
don't gotta- you don't gotta
Green
toss
Brother
it
made it
anywhere
through the
else.
rig.
Yeah, bring it back. Just run back and then put it down and then continue through.
Okay.
Good job.
I'm pretty sure Noah's still there.
Okay. Yeah, he is. And there's the other Green brother.
Yep.
I think it's Marquez, joined by a bunch of other people at this point. So we're still only 3 people through Kraken at this point.
As far as we can tell, yeah. There may have been 1 or 2 more, but yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh, Kevin out in front.
Kevin built himself a nice lead getting through
There
there
you go,
first.
Kevin.
For sure. He's probably how far do you think he's in front right now? He's got
You
to
make a
be
pass
at
on
least, what?
Kraken?
Huh?
You make a pass on Kraken, or?
I think he had at
Oh,
least
yeah.
a minute
Noah.
before Kian got
Yeah.
through.
Okay. So this
So
one
this
here, if
rig-
you're familiar with Anchors Away.
I'm gonna hook them like anchors
Yep.
away. Just a
But
little bit
instead
more
of
precision, Kevin.
a full ring, it's like it's a
When
it's
you
a
get
ring
to
with
the
a slice
green,
out of it,
you're gonna
so you can see
slide,
how it's
Oh.
You
open.
can get your feet on that platform.
Now they have the anchors, but they also have these little rings that you could use if you needed to. I would have loved to seen them have 2 of those rings in a row to kind of force you to use at least one of them. But
Oh,
I think
yeah.
most people I see end up skipping the rings.
Because it's a less precise move needed. And then basically,
Yeah.
if you're familiar with those WC, you basically it's basically
Nice.
a sketch.
I
Okay,
love that
rebel
Good job.
that little slide at the end though.
Yeah. It sounds like a zipper, and it's very
Uh-huh.
satisfying.
Well done, well done.
Okay, so basically, Kevin's a full obstacle ahead of Kian at this point. Okay.
Rings
Yeah,
only
less than a minute, I'd say.
on the obstacle.
Yeah.
It's a little low, so keep your feet
You-
up. And
Man, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by this guy's
Yeah.
performance. Because
Yeah,
it seems
absolutely.
like he's rather new. He
and
looks a
when
little
you get to the
confused,
green,
but he's doing really
But-
well.
But if you look at his fitness, though, I mean, he definitely looks
Yeah,
like he
He
does.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can
he's
see
very
his back-
lean,
you have to
but
land
super
on your
his back
muscular.
muscles, his
muscly.
core muscles. Oh yeah, yeah. He could definitely be someone to look out for next year, maybe in some of these bigger races.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like he knows what he's doing on obstacles
job.
for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
So
those things are steel
want
too. They're not plastic.
oh, yeah, that's right.
You gotta watch out.
yeah. All right, so here is Nathan Green.
What do I have to do
As we
here?
think, or no, sorry, no, this is
All right,
Marquez.
Throw
It's
one of
Marquez.
the bags through the middle pipe, right? The lower
Yeah,
bar,
so he finally made it through.
and then climb over the top.
Don't know if Noah's through yet.
Okay, so here we
All right.
have Gibbons. Okay.
Big
Gibbons
swing.
with
There
a
we
There we
hex,
go. Whoop.
a hex dowel instead of a round dowel,
Easy, nice and steady. Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
and then a pegboard.
Oof.
Here we go. You got this. Grab 2 pegs over there. You got it.
Again,
And
just
again,
stay
they have
over.
just have to get to the.
Alright.
Yep, they just have to
Yeah.
get to the platform,
Yes, awesome.
which
Okay.
you know that obviously they can adjust that platform to make it as hard as they want.
Pegs on, get across. You don't have to go
if they
for
feel
the
like
whole
it should be
board.
more difficult or
Touch
not
that
or less.
platform, You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Take a breather.
Oh.
Here you go. Stop for a second. Get a big swing.
Jason, you want to come up with me?
There we go.
Yeah, what's next?
They're going to be in the woods for a while, and they're going to hit that home stretch back on the where they merge. And it's like Dragon's Back.
The chat said ASMR Obi said
onto that
a few of those
platform.
folks
Get
took
onto
the
that
took the
platform.
steel
Get one more in. You got
Pac-Mans to the noggin.
Get onto the platform. You got it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm
Swing
sure.
And just jump back if you need to. However you want to do it. Yep.
There you go. Nice
Good.
job,
Give me back
nice
those
job.
pegs. Got it.
Yeah, I think those hexes sit in the cradle
Climb over
a
the
little
top,
more
then,
steady.
Once you get back,
Right, yeah.
or you get,
They're
you
definitely
get
less
the
likely to
bag
spin.
again, just run it back through here and then go.
You go back?
Yeah, just bring the bag back though. Just run it through. No need to toss it anymore.
What?
Just,
I believe
run
we
back
get a
there.
shot of
Put the
Noah
bag
coming.
back.
There he is.
Oh,
Yep.
there he is.
Finally made it
Wow.
through cracking.
Where we go? Through the middle, with the back.
Yeah, that took him a while.
Yep. There you
The
go.
only thing I don't like is that like there's not really clear instructions on some of these obstacles. So like that guy there was just having a chat with the volunteer, having no clue what he was
No
doing.
need to
Which,
toss it anymore. You can just run it back.
yeah,
Yeah, you kind of have to
Watch
keep
your head.
repeating it
Even-
over and over.
right.
But
Even
even though
Noah
he's
doesn't-
telling
doesn't
Noah-
hear him.
Yeah, he's telling them, but he's still doing. He's still doing it.
Where we going?
Tough spot for Noah to be in, considering he just had 3 or 4. He was out there for 3 or 4 miles on his own, and then
Yeah,
just really fell apart.
he is got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to be able to do so. But he is a ways back now.
Yeah, for sure.
You also, do you go over the top or do you go through the middle yourself?
Yeah.
Bring it back here. No need to toss it over
I'm
there.
100%
Bring it
sure
back,
on that
bring
one.
it back, watch your head.
What?
Bring it back here. Watch your head though. No need to toss it anymore.
You know,
Dust collector. Or, I'm
I
sorry,
think this
motor.
race, being their first year, they put out the course map the night before because they were still working on it. Okay, here's the low rig.
Okay.
It's possible they
Oh,
didn't
it's-
have a rule book, like with all the explanations. I'm not sure.
Look at Kian through these obstacles. Holy.
Flying
smokes.
through,
Wow.
no problem.
Wow. No legs. Just. He must have some sort of ninja gymnastics
Nice,
background or
Kevin.
something.
6 axis a little further
Is-
down. Maybe.
That's a cool one to watch on video, by the
Yeah,
way.
I did put I think I put a camera over there. All right, I'm gonna chase him.
Wow. I am
Yeah,
impressed
that was
by
impressive.
by Kian. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So they love doing sadistic stuff like this, where like you got to take this big pole, but you got to carry it by these little tiny holds. It's like little L holds.
Oh. Oh. really sap your fingers for sure. And I mean, you just
great.
saw here how much time Kevin just made up on Kian just right there alone. Wow.
Yeah. What is he
Okay, so
doing
yeah.
different? It kind of looks like he's holding it, instead of gripping it by the L, the bottom part of the L, he's just grabbing the whole square almost.
Okay.
Which
Was
probably
that?
is not comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hold it by the grip. You know, you can't hold it by the chain
Right.
or anything. So it's not against the rules. But yeah, he made a lot of time.
So yeah. So Jason, you were saying this is their first year?
Yep, their inaugural event,
Okay.
very first one.
Okay.
Hoping to see many more.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, lots of work on other races, but they're the first race of their own.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of great races out in this area. I mean, you think of War X, you think of Indian Mud Run, you think of Frontline. So I hope there's a lot of promise for this brand.
I believe they worked on the last Indian Mud Run. I'm not sure about the ones before that, but
Okay.
yeah, Indian Mud Run being... I think they even were looking at possibly taking over Indian Mud Run.
Right.
But
I remember
don't
hearing
think it's
that.
gonna be coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin is so hard to keep up with.
Yeah. No kidding. I remember I was at the Ninja World Championships, and so was Kevin. And I was like, "Hey, man, want to go for a run?" But then I realized he was running 10 miles casually at a 6:30 pace. Was like his zone zone 3 run. And I was like,
Oh my goodness.
I might be able to race. I was like, maybe I could race at that effort, but I don't know if I wanted to race today. And you can see Kevin's
Great work.
experience here with just the transitions alone. So
Yeah,
he's gonna make
absolutely.
up a lot of time on somebody like that, on somebody like Ian, who maybe doesn't have as much experience.
Yeah, he is very smooth in and out.
Mm-hmm. Oftentimes that's the key.
The thing that amazes me is I know how fast these guys run, but this far into a race, you know, again, this is only a 6-mile race, but this far into the race, he's pretty close to the end. I can almost keep up. You know, I can't quite, but I can almost keep up with him. It's like, wow, okay, these guys are still human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. It seems like their breath was pretty laborious, like early on. Okay.
This is a cool wall. You got to climb up and then jump. You know, if you need, you can't reach. Jump over to the pole and then climb up from there.
Muscle up, yeah.
Nice little unique take on a set of walls.
Yeah. It's always cool when you see races do that. They could just be lazy and put a wall there, but they actually gave some thought to the design. So
Yeah.
can't really, as a fan of the sport, you can't really complain there. All right, so here's that big descent you were talking about.
Oh Jesus! Tell you what's
Wow.
fun.
Whoa.
Trying to chase somebody down this with a camera in your hand.
Yeah, right.
I decided to utilize the rope with one hand.
You're screaming over there.
Oh shit! Pardon my language. So here we got some monkey
Yeah.
bars to a rope,
Okay.
and kind of like a kraken, but it's more just like a pendulating kraken instead of a rotating.
Definitely looks a little easier, for sure.
Definitely unique. I don't think I've seen that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Final rig.
Oh, wow.
Skullgor's Revenge rig.
Happy early Halloween.
The skulls from their, the bearded skull from their logo.
Oh.
He's about to be our first finisher.
Easy work.
Under the trailer, he's about to make his way over the warp wall. Up he goes. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's obstacle. Made it look easy.
Midwest OCR.
I mean, he really dropped Kean after that log drag.
Yeah, he did. What kind of time domain are we looking at here? 45 minutes for Kevin?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
I'll tell you. Almost an hour on the button.
Oh, okay.
Or on the nose. On the button. Congratulations, Kevin. Kevin Thompson.
Yeah. Really great performance.
I think we got another one coming over.
He definitely struggled a little bit with Kraken, but didn't let it bother him.
There's Kean.
Legs on his tail.
Nice.
Let's go. My man coming out with the PJs on. There we go. Second place. Yeah, that's right.
We're going to get a look at their times after the race, but they're just over an hour.
Sure. Okay. Alright, so here we have some more people doing the fruit bag thing. The real question is, I'm curious where any of the women are at this point. If they're stuck on anything.
I feel like they might see them be coming in here in a second.
'Cause I'll be curious to see how they navigate Kraken, for sure.
You know, I edited this fast and furious, so it's kind of hard to remember what all made it in and what didn't.
Sure. Alright, so here's Noah.
Okay. Noah in third place. Think about how far back he was. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. You must have ran like a man on a mission, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. I mean, look at him. He's just going for it.
Reckless abandon. Which is kind of remarkable for someone with KT tape on both their knees.
Just trying to make sure I didn't kill myself going down.
I will say you had a much better performance than the second time. Yeah, just look at him go here. Wow. Huh? And the fact that he has this much energy in his arms after spending so long at Kraken is really amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Marquez brother right behind him.
Yeah. No.
He looks tired. He's taking a rest.
Yeah, he's probably hoping for a slip there.
Yeah. If he gives a push, he's got a chance to catch him.
Yeah.
The OCR report, man, they go to the gym all the time. They gotta try to keep up with these
I mean, you can see Noah. He's still rushing. He's going for it.
Rabbit the whole entire course. Yeah. Look at that. He's just like, look at how nice and easy he's doing that.
Good job.
Nice
Yeah,
job.
All right, guys.
He left no
Ladies and
question.
gentlemen, our third place finishers up on the pole. Yeah, make some noise, make some noise.
Yeah, he didn't even give him a chance.
Nope. I mean,
All eyes on you, don't fall down.
I'm just like speechless about this performance because he was in like what 15th place halfway through the race.
Yeah, the fact that he came back from that is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
There he goes. It is now official.
Like, did he just have urgency because of that, or would he have made first if he wouldn't have missed Kraken?
Oh, we got fourth place coming up.
Probably.
Or was it just
Definitely
the urgency of being so far behind?
How was it?
I don't know.
It was so fun. Except for after the second sandbag carry, I was right with Noah and I just stopped and I threw up everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And both the greens passed me. I'm like, oh no, I got so much work to do.
Oh, wow.
But I started to feel better. And then I get to the jerry can carry, like 3/4 of a mile. And I'm like, uh-oh, it's coming back again.
Oh,
And I'm
man.
like, I just walked the entire jerry can.
Bro.
I'm like, let's go podium. And then he passed me on low rig. And he came through so fast. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no. Here's right there.
What's your name, dude?
My name's Kian.
Kian? Kian what?
Kian O'Boyle.
Kian O'Boyle. Nice job, man. How'd you feel about the race?
I liked the obstacles. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was like, like past. I was like running alone for a long time, and then I caught him on the obstacles, and I was like, let's go.
Nice, nice. Are you used to this kind of stuff? What other kind of races do you do?
This is like my second obstacle course race that isn't a Spartan.
Oh wow.
I've done, like, let's go.
Nice.
But I used to do like ninja, and I did cross country, and I was like, this is definitely
There you go.
me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congrats.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Kian. Awesome. Cool.
In O'Boyle.
Noah, where you got stuck on Kraken? What happened there?
It was just like my ninja training hasn't been the best leading up to this, so just tripped me up. Just kept on slipping. Sorry, though.
How many tries do you think it took?
Shoot, I wasn't keeping count. Forever, more than 10.
Wow.
Me and you were at like 4 when we got them, and I was finished. What? We were already at 4 or 5 tries, and I finished.
Well, you must have crushed it after you got through it.
I tried.
That's amazing.
I just kept on looking for Kevin around the corner.
Congratulations, you guys. Well done. Well done.
Ian went by me so fast in the lower.
Vivian!
All right, so top 3 men: Kevin Thompson,
It's like you in first.
Kian Boyle, and Noah Busher. Noah coming with that comeback. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then let's talk. And then, not to mention Kevin's puke and rally.
Yeah, that's right. Twice.
Yeah, I just threw up and
Figured
then won.
today doesn't have to be
No
the
big deal.
fastest woman. It's got to be the strongest.
All right, we got Vivian here in first place.
Guys,
Nobody behind her.
a lot of them. Guys are a different story. Freaking Kevin threw up a couple times, but he still got first. And Noah had like 10 tries getting through Kraken, and he got third.
What about Kian?
Kian got second.
Hey.
Just Jason giving Vivian an update on the men's race while she's racing.
I had to redo
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Oh,
Once I got on that slack line, the hook fell off,
oh,
hit my head.
oh.
Yes, Kian said he did ninja and cross country. What a great mix, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, very similar to Noah, so definitely will be curious to see if Kian does more races in 2025. There's probably just not a lot around him. That's probably the problem. Is like he's probably like, oh, this looks cool, and then he's like, I don't know if I want to like fly somewhere right now or get a
Yeah.
three night hotel room, you know. So he seems like a younger
I don't
guy.
know how old he is. Yeah, he definitely looks
Yeah.
younger.
If I had to peg it, I'd probably say he's probably in early 20s.
So Vivian pointed out that Kraken gave the women quite a bit of trouble, just like the men.
Okay, yeah. So for someone who hasn't been watching the women's race here, if you're just jumping in, she's about 4 miles in.
Yeah, she's next obstacle for her is the Jerry carry.
Okay, because I mean, this race definitely looks harder in person than it probably does on camera, but based on the terrain type, it doesn't look like she's running super fast, especially for being in the lead. So she's definitely pretty wiped from something.
Yeah. Vivian lives in the area I do, and we train together sometimes, and she is quick.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
When I see her in this condition, it definitely surprises me that she's not running faster, because I know she can beat me any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Yeah.
she just did, all that mileage with the obstacles too, and I didn't.
Right. Absolutely.
So behind her,
And-
you
and
can
not like-
see the bib. The purple bib is what the people that did the bearded challenge wore. So they had to do, for the bearded challenge, they had to do 3 laps. All 3 laps had to be 100% mandatory obstacle completion within a certain time limit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You said only 4 people finished it.
Yep, correct.
Wow. That is
Only 4 guys.
Wow. That is, just gnarly. I couldn't imagine trying to get through Kraken on the 3rd try, 3rd time through. Just brutal.
And the thing it makes me think about is last weekend when I was at Savage, and I did some recording for like some obstacle tip videos. So I was doing the obstacles multiple times in a row, and I ripped my hands. And I don't typically rip my hands, but I don't typically have to redo obstacles over and over and over again. So you think about these people that got stuck at Kraken, their hands could be shredded already. I believe.
Yep.
I don't know if Vivian's hands are ripped at this point, but I believe she does rip her hands at some point.
Okay.
So it's definitely it's the retrying, I think, is what really gets you.
This is a sneaky section here too with the jerry can carry. Although I gotta say they could have been a lot more evil and made him do two. That would have been awful.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
they got lucky.
It was only that long.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, and only carrying one. That's right.
One carry.
Man, Battle Frog. Did you ever get to do a Battle Frog?
I did a Battle Frog, but I was thinking more so Spartan Stadium Series races. Like
those things are pretty hefty too.
Whenever I do a Spartan Stadium race, the top of my shoulders are always on fire from that obstacle.
Yeah. But even Battle Frog, putting you through some. The one Battle Frog I got to do was through some insane mud with those things, and like under barbed wire and stuff too. With two of them.
Nice. Yep.
Cool course, like the entire course is like this, very wooded, a lot of tree cover. The sun wasn't out, but it still probably would have been halfway decent in the woods.
Sure. Yeah. Most people are shirtless, so definitely pretty good temperature.
Yeah, like I
for
said,
running.
upper 60s, definitely hot enough to be sweaty.
Yep.
But just walking around, kind of nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, even with Vivian going definitely slower than her max, there's still not another woman catching her right now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you see her walking here, like on a pretty flat section, but I guess she sees the obstacle, so trying to catch her breath.
6-axis coming up. This is a cool one.
Yeah, we did not get a look at this with the guys, so I'll be curious to see.
I know I've seen iterations of this at other races, mostly foreign races. All right, so here you got this six-sided shape with a pole traverse to get to the middle, and then you have to rotate it yourself.
Wow. Okay.
And you really have to put a little muscle into it. It doesn't just come over.
Oh, there's more. Wow.
A mini Kraken.
Yeah, wow. After already doing Kraken before.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. The one-arm strength.
There you go.
Wow.
Nice shot.
If I actually held on with one arm like that was impressive.
Yeah, Vivian, when she first started, like most people, got her butt kicked with a lot of obstacles, but she's put a lot of work over the past several years that she's been racing to get a lot better with her grip strength.
Yeah, and you see her, she goes to many, she probably does, 2 dozen races a year? Vivian? I'm definitely familiar with her name. So, she's got a ton of experience. And, Jason,
she went out
Jason, where do
to
you guys
Costa
live?
Rica in the DFW area, Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay. Yep, so, pretty good ninja presence out there, too? If I'm not mistaken?
I don't know. I'm not really in the ninja scene myself. I know there's several ninja kids gyms that usually have an adult portion of the gym too. But I can't speak for any competitions or anything. I know there's plenty of gyms to train at.
Right, which is, I mean, that's good. That's good enough anyway, right? So
yeah.
It's just, I feel like if you're gonna do a race like this with mandatory completion, if you're not visiting a ninja gym, you definitely should be, for sure.
Yeah. In 2016, I was getting ready for doing OCR WC for the first time, and I had not completed Pegatron at Conquer the Gauntlet, and that was kind of like my goal. Like if I can beat Pegatron, then I shouldn't have to worry about anything at OCR WC. and I worked on basically just like all different iterations of pull-ups, and it got me to the point where I could do Pegatron. And sure enough, I got the OCRWC, and I was able to handle everything.
Nice. Nice, yeah. That's awesome.
Here's the low rig. First woman to the low rig. Lots of people just standing around, taking a look at it, trying to figure it out. There's Jason Williams on the right there with his GoPro. He does a lot of videos where he just films the entire race, you know, like an all obstacles video. He's got a whole slew of them out there. Go check out his YouTube channel, Jason Williams. I'm sure he'll have, as you see him, he'll have one for this race if it's not up already. Just staring it down, trying to figure it out.
I mean, you gotta plan. You gotta plan your moves, otherwise, before you start.
Get those knees up. Let's go. Bro. Where's the damn?
And we can see already, you know, from all the walking that she's done, she's not a fresh chicken right now.
I'm literally gonna dig you
No.
in the hole. Hey, Stevie. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Just study
A spring chicken.
Yeah, I think we got you what you meant.
My fingers are too long. That's not the only part, man.
I'm trying to help.
Oh, race ready obstacles in the comments. Said 6 axis is from Mythic Race in Missouri.
I've seen it 7 times. I'm ready for a goddamn final right now. All right, baby, you got this.
Another race that I've heard of has done some pretty cool things, but again, haven't
Yeah.
gotten out there. I mean, I'm just spoiled, Jason, in the Northeast. You know what I mean? I got so many Spartans and Savage races to go do.
Well, we're definitely going to be looking out for more local race showcases for next year, so Mythic Race is definitely on the list of possibility.
Absolutely. Oh, she's got like one strand of that. Oh, yeah. She did not grab that that mop head quite well enough.
Yeah, she just grabbed a couple of them. That little I-beam right there is, that's a tricky hold. Because, like, it's kind of one of those holds you would want to get both hands on at the same time. Because you put one on and it just tilts on you. How do you hang on to that?
Sure. That was a good
That guy
swing by
just
this
skipped
guy
it.
here. Yeah.
See that guy in the background, he skipped it too.
Yep. That's his feet.
Wow.
2 more. Let's go.
Come on, King Kong.
So you got the T-bar, the King Kong. The T-bar, the mop, ropes, the I-beam, the round grip, round handle.
Yep.
And then there's like a hex grip, hex T-bar, like a small hex T-bar right after it before you get to the other set of ropes. Or rope.
Okay.
Ropes? Yeah,
Oh,
ropes.
she tried to. So I think you don't want to skip that mop handle. That's definitely not the move.
And I can't say I won't be wild. He goes, you won't make that. That's fine.
So this guy's
If I do, I'll be wild.
got the I-beam.
If you hit me and not the ground,
He got
Nice.
through it. Pretty good.
Come on, Yogi.
This is definitely a tricky obstacle when it comes to incidental ground
Oh,
contact. You know, you got to really watch, make sure people aren't pushing off the ground.
There you go.
There she goes.
Nice. Yep. Get those feet on there. Oh my God! Get the feet on there. Ah, this pains
Yeah,
me.
a lot of people put the feet up to get some rest. She's just going for it.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Okay, so that's like a 2x4, like a steel 2x4 hold there. Very unstable, kind of just like that I-beam. All right, we have our second place woman just showed up.
Oh yeah.
Aaron! Who else is there? Danny! Let's go!
Hey, George! Woo! You got it right.
Come on, girl. Stay high on and keep moving. Don't get tricked into that leg and keep up. Stay off that block. Nunchuck the rope. Skip that block. Let's go. Here we go.
Hey.
Yep, good job skipping the
Nice.
I-beam.
Nice. Get the feet up there. Yep.
Oh, I didn't even. I forgot
Heard a lot of people start complaining about leg cramps. There's third place woman.
Oh, well, yeah. So we got a battle at this rig.
She's on the I-beam. Oop,
Nice.
that's a miss. Come on, Vivian. Going for the leg maneuver. Again, like I said earlier, that's definitely helpful to get a rest, but you have to be very careful coming off of it, especially going into that nunchuck, because that your legs coming down is going to be a lot of momentum, a lot of downward force. That's a good move right there. I like that.
Yep.
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, right there. I don't know why she tried to make such a big move there. Oh, right there. Come on.
Pull, big pull. Oh! No!
I know.
No!
That is way too close.
We're doing so good.
Oh!
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreak. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow, that's tough.
All right, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 women.
Oh, five. Yeah.
Very nice, Katie. Come on.
Oh, like no, oh yeah, like oh, I gotta redo this. I missed the bell. I'm like, you can't. And the volunteer's like, dude, hands okay. I was like, you gotta get him.
Oh man.
There you go.
Don't get me mad. I start breaking
What's up, man?
Good job. Take your time. Yeah, take a rest.
Yeah. So again, I can't see if the camera can see me, but like you kind of want to almost do like a Spock finger around
Get your breath.
around that T-bar that she's got there, right before.
Jovi.
Want to get
Which one
two
you
fingers on
referring
each.
to?
Jovi, yes.
The one after the one that she's on, right here.
No, that's
you wanna get
it's like a 2x4. It's very deep.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, she skipped it. Oh, I see. You
Yeah.
can't get one hand around that.
Yeah, it's like the same dimensions of the steps on Stairway,
Oh.
but just obviously,
man.
you know, a shorter version of it.
Sure.
All right, good movement here.
Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, she's just once you commit to getting on the obstacle, you just gotta stay efficient and just move. Don't hang. The longer you hang, the
There's,
worse it gets.
Yaris Cruz in the blue top there.
Come on, come on. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, where's the Vivian? Move the camera, Jason.
Oh man. Oh come on.
So come on.
Almost there.
Pull,
Come on.
pull. Oh no, she missed it.
Foot touched the ground.
She,
The two bars.
she should have matched. Yeah, she should have matched on that hold.
I heard it too.
One pull up.
All right, Yaris Cruz. So she should match on that upside down V. Get one hand on it.
Nice shot.
Come on. Come on.
You kind of really
hang
need
forever.
to pull up for this.
Oh.
Oh. She went for the jump. Didn't quite have the distance.
All right, Nick. Cramp.
It's fun seeing a couple people go at the same time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've had. Some people would say this is boring, but we've had 3 or 4 like very, very, very close calls to finish this obstacle. And
Yeah.
I mean, whoever finishes this obstacle first is very likely to win.
Yeah, you are. Good job. Nice. Rest. Wow. There you go. That's a lot of strength.
And, I think one thing we mentioned here is that we didn't mention is that for the podium, to get on the podium, you have to finish 100% obstacle completion before a 2-hour time limit. So
I wonder if they
get
ever
stuck
visit.
here. Go ahead.
Right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I was wondering if they ever envisioned a world where they would have two, not full podium in 2 hours.
Stick your fingers in those, baby.
Yeah, this is a tough course for a 2-hour time limit. You think, running a 10K for, she already touched the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Running a 10K for elites is going to be what, 30 to 40 minutes?
Probably, yeah. I would say 40 for the guys, 50 for the girls.
Nice.
On trail. Oh. I mean, Vivian's probably had to have been here for 20 minutes at this point alone. She just seems exhausted.
I do recall them starting to talk about it at some point and being like, we got 23 minutes till the time limit, you know. Like, it definitely starts coming up in conversation.
Okay. Had to just practice that last move before I do it again. All right, you got this.
Nice.
Man. Yeah. These low rigs are
Good
just
movement. This is good movement.
nice.
Come on.
Yep, go for it. Go for it right here. Come on. Oh, she touched the ground.
She pushed. Yeah, she pushed off the ground right there. She
had a right
had
idea.
it. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
She just made a mistake with her foot there.
You found one. The thing, they said there are 6 here. The
So like I said, I had static cameras on course, didn't have the time to be able to put them in the show. But when I went to go pick them up at this, everybody was like, there's going to be a lot of curse words on that film.
I'm sure.
Look at this kid in the background.
Yeah.
You got this.
Come on. There you go.
Looks like he could crush some rigs.
Yeah. I mean, talk about Ninja. Ninja is developing like crazy for kids. There are kids who are doing Ninja instead of like a classic ball sport, like basketball. So definitely see it.
Starting to see some guys come through with their bearded challenge bibs.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if those guys, if they got them on the first lap, or if they didn't get the bib until they completed their first lap. Looks like he wasn't going for the 100% optimal completion. He just ran through.
Yeah. Right. All right. Come on, Yaris.
It's looking good.
Oh.
Nope. Dang.
That nunchuck.
There you go. Third try.
So now we see Aliyah Emas off on the side. She just showed up.
There you go.
Nice job.
Come on.
Got it. Nice
Come on,
job.
baby.
You got it. Yes.
Come on. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
I think
so close.
one. Another underrated technique is definitely the bump technique also. So what I'm referring to there is where you'll take your lead hand and you'll use one implement like the nunchuck and you'll bump it over to the next one before matching.
Come on. Right there.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh.
Yep, come on. Right here, come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go.
Wow.
She made sure to keep her feet up that time. Oh, she's bumped.
Yeah. I bet been there, done that, and now she's so rested in terms of the run. So now she
right.
like she's like, I'm just gonna go run a 5-minute mile real quick. It's like I
All right,
took
Yaris
30 minutes
Cruz
off
in the
running.
lead.
Yeah.
But I put it anyway.
We'll see if
Just that way, around the thing.
Oh, you hear somebody else just got through the rig.
oh
You hear him
we,
cheering.
we have a race. Her grip is definitely smoked for sure.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Oh,
Aliyah Emas.
so you got okay.
Yeah, I
you
think
got
she
a
got
race.
through first try.
Wow.
She was just late getting there.
Yeah, that's the thing about mandatory obstacle completion is anybody can show up and take it down.
That's right.
But
That does not
May-
look
maybe
like
we
a
can see
light log.
no,
Aliyah,
maybe we
you
can see
get
something
first
like ooh,
Ouch.
interesting. Right on the back. Oof. Oh.
What was that you were going to say? Maybe we'll see what?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was gonna say, might see something like what's his name, Kevin and Kian.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, look at
Just making
Aliyah
good
right
work
here
of it.
compared to yeah, or yeah,
Yaris kind of taking a note from her.
yeah. Put her back into it. Age-old technique. She got to run. We got to race.
Yeah, must have took it out of her.
Yeah.
Sheloketa in the comments saying Yaris lays concrete. She does physical labor.
Okay.
Makes for strong people.
She's probably not used to her materials having a T-bar grip on them though. All right, yeah. So to kind of remind people, what we're looking at next is so we just had the low rig log drag. So
yeah, good job fighting through.
Yep. Glacier's Leap, Sid's Wall, and dropping in are the next three
close
obstacles.
So many times.
I got this one already. First time, but it's so hard.
Don't see Aliyah catching up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think this number of obstacles to distance ratio was really good. The 6 miles with 30 obstacles. I think it's pretty close to what you see at Savage. And, you know, Savage's slogan, best distance with the best obstacles. Like, it's pretty spot on. Like, I think that many obstacles with that much mileage, you don't have a ton of long distance running sections. It's pretty pretty jam packed.
Yeah. Right, which is what honestly people who are gonna watch a show like this, that's what they're gonna want to see. They're not necessarily gonna want to see a section like we're watching right now for 10 straight minutes.
Right.
So, if you wanted that, you would just watch a running race.
And people do. I mean, those high-end trail races, they get thousands upon thousands of viewers.
Oh yeah. Oh, she is spent. All right, see if we have any hesitations here out of any of these athletes.
But I tell you this.
Half a mile after this.
Western State, no. One of the big high-profile trail races recently in the past few months, they didn't have live coverage this year. And I actually reached out to them and asked them if they were going to have any, and they said no, they didn't get a sponsor to cover it this year. And I'll just throw it out there. We are doing this still up to this point without sponsors. And maybe it's not the most high-end production, but we're still able to provide something. And that was the whole point, is to find a way to do it sustainably until we can get that reoccurring money. But even if that money came and went away, we still have something that we've built upon that we can still provide the coverage.
Yeah, you guys do a great job here at OCR Report, and definitely happy to be a part of it, you know?
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate your help with all this.
Yeah, sure. And Jason, you're referring to UTMB as that race?
No,
the one out
no. Yeah, what? No.
Yeah, because they usually do a pretty good job there.
Yeah. While we're talking about all this, go ahead and throw it out there. You know,
good timing.
Take money for help that goes all back into the coverage from anywhere we can. Every like on YouTube helps. Every subscription on YouTube and Instagram. Our Patreon helps pay for all this stuff. So if you want to be part of the, what makes this happen, please consider giving to our Patreon or through YouTube through a super chat, one of those things if that's even available. Or helping out as a rabbit, or reaching out and letting us know that you're willing to help as a commentator.
She'll go on top just like she is, and then you're going to grab that.
Takes a village, right?
Go up and over.
That's right.
You got
Yeah,
that
and what kind of races you got coming up next? You got OCR WC, you've got another Savage race.
Yeah, OCR WC is coming up next weekend. And then the
Nice.
USA OCR Nationals, National Championships,
Okay.
that's going to be held at Phoenix Race, is the weekend after. And then the last race in the Savage Series, World's Toughest Mudder, and then the Deca World Championships is going to be wrapping up the year for us.
Nice. I'll be competing at World's Toughest Motor this year.
Oh, fantastic! Great.
Yep.
See you out there.
Yep. Going for
I'll
that
be
silver
running around
bib.
with my camera, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you run it before?
I have. Yeah, I ran it the really cold year in Alabama, 2022.
Wait.
So,
in Alabama. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So hoping for a little bit warmer of a year for sure.
What did you get there?
65.
Oh, was that your first try?
First try. Yep.
Dang, dude, that's impressive.
Yeah. Thank you. So feel confident I can. If I have a good day, I can get that 75.
I ended up getting 50, 50, 60, and then 75. So,
oh wow,
you've
nice.
got much less gap to cover. So you hopefully, as
okay.
long as everything doesn't go too crazy for you, you should be good.
Yeah. Right. All right, you got to do this again now, Jason.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people's toughest, I try to make sure to wait for them to use the rope so I didn't pull on it and mess them up.
Sure.
But I went down that rope one-handed, like kind of like by my side, like I was spelunking or something.
Nice.
Rappelling down.
Yeah. So back to this race here. I would say that this obstacle probably has the biggest potential to trip up Yaris here, if anything. If she gets through this,
I would say the last Skeletor's Revenge is going to be a little trickier than this one.
I think so. Okay.
This one, I like that tilting. I don't even know what you call it. Tilting Kraken, maybe?
Yeah.
Tilting ladder. I don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't tilt quite as much as the other one, so you can get a pretty good.
That shift when you let go from one handle to the other, that shift in weight is definitely something that you have to manage properly.
Yep.
Because anytime you let go and that shift happens really hard, that's where the momentum is going to cause you to potentially slip off. But if you manage it right, then it doesn't happen.
All right, so it looks like Yaris brought gloves. She's just pulling them out now for some reason. So kind of curious as to why now, after spending so long on low rig. Seems like she has
I wonder
a plan.
if her hands are just feeling rough after all that. And of course, these boards, they're not crazy thick. I did see video of them beforehand, sanding them down to make sure they didn't have sharp edges on them, so that's nice. But I could see that being why maybe she's kind of worried about her hands just on those kind of thinner boards.
Sure.
It's like that cheese board material from the Savage Race that they
okay.
in the past.
See.
Kind of flexible a little bit.
Gotta keep those side to side. Oh, good grab.
And there's only one skull on those swinging holds.
Nice. A lot of saves here. She's got another big pull in her though. Oh. Ooh.
Oh. Gassed out.
Oh wow, and here comes Aliyah.
She doesn't look fresh though. She's taking a second. She's got a chance to pass.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, nice
looking
movement
smooth
here.
now though.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under.
Yeah, she got that just in time.
Yep.
Oh, the ladies. Did you say first place? That's the first place lady going across top. Let's go, girl. Let's go.
Let's go make some noise. Yeah. Oh, look at that energy. I like it. Yeah, get it.
She's pumped.
Yep. Big day for Yaris Cruz. I mean, it's probably one of her first wins, if I had to imagine, right? I haven't really heard of her beforehand.
Yeah, I'm not sure of her racing background.
But yeah, got Live it up. Live it up. Oh. Oh wow, she is crawling away.
She's done.
Cooked.
Way to go, way to go.
Hey, Knight.
It's all good.
Unstable monkey bars. That's what that tilting monkey bar thing is.
Okay.
Race Ready Ops was letting us know that the idea came from racer Mike Clift. Hence the name
is that why
Cliffs of Insanity. That's awesome.
Ah, yes. I was gonna say. I was like,
Leah made it through.
It spelled a little weird. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Second, kind of came out of nowhere. Took that low rig down. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, second place.
Not the fastest of the day, but the most successful through the obstacles.
For sure. Oh, she's very tired too. Yeah. Gotta appreciate whenever someone gives their full effort like that. Lays out.
All right, we got one more woman. There's still time for another woman to cross. We got 1, 2 at the rig.
Okay.
So these women at some point made it through that low rig.
Yeah.
They do have a red band on their wrist. You can see right above her watch. Oh.
Yeah, because I did notice when Yaris got to Stid's wall, there's another woman there, but I think she had missed an obstacle, the other woman beforehand. So.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I say on that woman there, I didn't see a red band, but this woman I do.
Mm. Yeah, it makes sense because she just kept on going.
Yeah.
Getting two hands in one eye hole is tricky because then you get to where it's hard to pull the hand you
get
need
stuck
out. Yeah.
I do have to say this is quite a fitting song.
Yep. Got another woman. There comes Vivian as well.
Yeah, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. There's your chance, let's go.
This is Marueen Gray on the right.
You got this, come on, right there.
Looking good right there.
Nice.
Got it.
All right.
People, if you run at 10:45, we're start making a start at this time. 10:45 to the starting line. Take it in for 11 o'clock. Go.
Taking a little breather. Can somebody come up behind and catch her?
Oh wow.
What's that?
Gotta go.
Thank you. Bring it on in, bring it on in. Let's pour our hands.
Nobody coming through yet.
You can come over here and take photos and videos if you want to. You know you have an iPhone, it's okay. You go over there. Technically, this is for the Samsung.
She is on the verge of the 2-hour cutoff at this point.
I mean, cargo nets can also be tricky as far as if you're.
I definitely saw some people later on get up on the cargo net and basically feel like they didn't have any more to give and let go and then slide down.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
But he needs moral support when you stream.
Definitely not the most comfortable way to come down from that thing.
Oh, you brought your coworkers?
That's it, third place. Unless somebody comes flying over that wall. Third place, Marueen Gray.
Nice.
Marueen Gray. Congratulations.
Yeah. Probably relatively unknown athlete otherwise. Glad to see. That's what's good about these local showcases, right? A lot of local athletes
right.
also going to get some.
How's your race?
That's nice colorful. The race was slow.
Slow?
Slow, but it was good. There was a lot of hills.
Yeah.
And there was on the course map, I could tell there's gonna be a lot of running between mile 2.5
in 3.5 to 4.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, just kidding. Yeah, this is my first race back. I dislocated my elbow.
Oh man.
5 weeks ago.
Wow.
So this is my first one. It was kind of like just do it, see how it goes, test it, and did really good.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it was fun. A lot of twists on obstacles that we've seen before, but new, which is great. That's why I think people like them. It's not the same old that you're seeing at other races.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bored with some of those. So this one's fun because it forces you to think and adapt on the spot, which I believe is the purpose of OCR that some of the races have drifted away from.
Yeah.
With that standardization. So this was really fun. And my hills, the hills were not fun. There's a lot of up and up, a little down and more up. But it was really fun. The terrain was like probably the hardest part.
So you got to the low rig.
I'm not really going to count it, but the only one was the last rig. Not because it was hard. You kind of have the excitement of going. There were a lot of people kind of yelling at me, and Yaris was there too. I think I needed to wait
A moment more.
A moment, because how it goes is the rock pools, they alternate sides. So you have to continually change sides.
Yeah.
And when I first went, so right off when I dislocated, and I think I didn't execute the way I wanted to, and then I went back and I executed the way I wanted to. So that was the only one that minor blip, so I'm not really gonna count that one, but
yeah.
Technically, yes, that was the last one. And then I got to the last goal, and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna skip the last hole, and I swung to the bell. And I think
everybody cheered wildly.
Actually, the one that people were, when I did Gibbons and Peg, sometimes you have to work smarter, not harder. And also love their Gibbon pegs.
The hexes instead of dowels?
First, the dowel.
Were they easier to hold?
The diameter was smaller than the regular peg, and how it sits in the cradle is more stable. Obviously, yes, the dowel makes it a little bit harder, and sometimes that's its own challenge. But I thought it was really nice compared to the dowels. Sure, you have to be able to do everything in both. Yep. But so when I did it, I think I was most nervous about trying to get the peg in. But then, here's the work smarter, not harder. I was going to do the pegboard. I was like, why?
Yeah.
So when I put it in, I just put it partway more through, and I grabbed both sides with my hands. And I just flung to the platform.
Yeah.
Because there was no bell. obviously you have to watch hitting your head, you're landing, make sure you land on the platform. And there's a lot of guys there and they're like, whoa, can we do that? And so maybe that helps some people get through it.
Yeah.
There were also a lot of people stuck at the Pac-Man one. I didn't see a lot of women there. I saw men there, and then men at the. But you're also catching the tail end of the men. So that makes sense. And then there were a couple women at the pegboard, a couple women at the hex one with the battle kraken, and then most of them were at the low rig. So. Fun race, and I would say it's not always about running fast, because Yaris and I, no one really saw us, but we were skipping at the start. We're like, this is how we're going to cross the finish line, and we pretty much crossed the finish line, 1-2. So props to her, because we love this stuff.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
it was
thank
awesome.
you so much.
Well done. EC, hey, congratulations on first place.
Thanks so much.
What's your last name?
Cruz.
Cruz.
Yes.
Awesome. How far back do you feel like you were through most of the race until you got to that the low rig?
Well, I honestly wasn't sure. I didn't pay attention to the girls that had a lead on me. So I thought I was in the middle until I got to the low rig, and then I realized, okay, I'm near the top. And then when somebody yelled, well, nobody's gone through yet, I was like, oh snap! Like I might be able to take this.
Is this the kind of races that you like the most? The really hard ones?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the hardest, but being the fact that you have a 2-hour time cap, you don't have a lot of resting time in the obstacle. You have to fight through it. So I do. That's the challenge that made me fall in love with OCR, and that's what I love the most.
Are you doing what's any other races compared to this? Like, what do you normally like to race? What other races do you normally like to do?
To be honest, I like to venture out in different obstacle course races.
Any particular brands?
Not at the moment. I used to race a lot of savages until I personally felt like the race got a little bit easier. So then I felt like it was more catering to a fast person. So I like a race that you may not be the fastest, but you have to be sort of overall. You have to have your grip strength and endurance, and I mean you can't be the slowest. So yeah, I think it's overall you have to be good at everything. That's the kind of stuff I like.
Yeah. Any chance you're going to OCRWC this weekend?
I cannot make it. I had too many things. My close together, and I'm still a little bit injured, so I really want to just take time to rest.
Well, congratulations again. Well done. What's your name?
My name is Marueen Gray.
Marueen Gray.
Yeah.
Congratulations on third place.
Thank you.
Where were you at whenever you came through the low rig? I know that's what got most people.
That is when I came off the low rig, someone yelled to me that I was in fourth. So I've just been running this whole race at my own pace, doing a lot of walking. It's a tough course out there. But when I came off that rig, I was like, okay, maybe this could happen today. So I actually did do a little bit of running, and then I think I got third place on this rig. Yeah, right here at the end.
You got through it first try, I think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How about the low rig? Did it take you more than one try?
No, I saw a lot of people were having trouble skipping the nunchuck after the horizontal bar, and I hate a nunchuck, but you gotta grab it sometimes. So I think
People were trying to skip that.
you just have to.
No, I went after that.
You know,
Like, I was
if you have enough time on it, it's all
I know
right.
you can skip. You're like one.
What other kind of obstacle course racing have you done that's prepped you for a race like this?
Well, I train at the gym in Plainfield called Heart Fitness. We are the flatliners.
Awesome.
We are a terrific team. I do all my training there. But this year I've done the frontline race in May. I did a Savage race in July, and then next weekend I'm headed to Mammoth.
Oh, fantastic.
California for the World Championship. Yeah.
Awesome. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Marueen Gray,
Yes,
congratulations.
thank you so much.
Man, it's always tough doing interviews in the festival area with that music blaring. I opted to, instead of waiting and like losing people, to just go ahead and do it right there instead of getting the microphones. I need to just start putting that microphone in my pocket, making it a little easier. But man, what a wild race. Lots of back and forth there. Tyler, from watching this, having, what you said ahead of time, and now having seen the race, tell me your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, for year one, they did a awesome job, right? I mean, you can tell the experience with the build crew. They had a really good course layout, right? No, people weren't really getting lost on course. That can be a big problem when it comes to building a trail race. So, yeah, I think there's a really, really strong foundation here, and a lot of good things to come if they stay at it.
Yeah, I agree with that. They are a great crew. Yeah, so let's give a quick look over at the results.
Cool.
Top
Yes, I
10
guess I can take
men.
this.
Yep,
Yeah, so we
go
have
ahead.
Kevin Thompson, 1 hour 1 hour flat 33 seconds. Keanu Boyle, 1:01:11. Noah Busher, 1:05:45. Marquez Green, 1:07:10. Emmett Larson, 1:12:16. John Caluzzi, 1:18:11. Nathan Green, 1:19:24. Baxter Hummel, 1:20:10. Dantis Judovicius, 1:20:22, pretty close. Samuel Williams, 1:23:58. So, decently close considering the holdup on Kraken there for a lot of the men.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce the Nautilus' last name, but that was a good try at it. If it's not correct, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I have a hard one myself. I'm sure people are trying to look at my name and are pretty confused.
All right, so yeah, all those men completed the course. Now, to get on the podium, you had to complete the course by the 2-hour cutoff. But let me pull it back
They all
up real
did.
quick. I don't think
Yeah.
we had. Yeah, they were all under 2 hours there. So
Yeah.
for the women.
All right, yeah, so it looks like only 5 completed the whole course, which shows the difficulty here. Yaris Cruz, 151.47. Aliyah Emas, 152.53, not far behind. Marueen Gray, just barely squeezed in 158.35. And then shout outs to Kristen Overcash and Katie Bridge, who did complete the course. They were just over the time cap. I mean, a special shout outs to Katie Bridge there. I mean, 3:58.36. So to be battling out there for that long and keep the band, she could have given up for sure. So I'm sure a lot of other people did.
That's right. Not giving up after that much time and still making it through. That is amazing. And Maureen Gray with the less than a minute and a half before the cutoff to make the podium. That is awesome. So cool.
Yeah, and then I mean, and you heard in those interviews, both Yaris and Aliyah both mentioning recent injuries, so maybe that's why they haven't really been around. But you could definitely watch out for them. Probably Savage next year or other Midwest OCR races that seem to be popping up all over the place.
Tyler, thanks for joining me. Before we give our final thanks, any last thoughts you want to give on the race?
No, I think we covered a lot here tonight. So thanks to everyone who tuned in here. Definitely keep tuning into OCR Report. You guys make great content, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, thank you so much to Midwest OCR, the crew at Midwest OCR, which is much more than just Midwest OCR. You got so many great people that made this race possible, and that put on so much other. They help make other races possible all around the country. So thank you to all those people, and thanks for having us out and letting us run around the course with you guys. And Tyler, thank you so much for joining me once again. Thank you for our Patreons to help make this possible, and to all the athletes putting all their efforts out there. And we will see you next weekend for OCRWC. We'll be starting on Friday with the 3K on Friday in the evening. The 3K will be a post-race coverage and like this, and then so will the 15K. But because of time constraints, the team race and the 100 meter on Sunday will both be live. So join us for that. Be looking out for it. All right. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next weekend.